I know this life can be hard sometimes. I know that it don't give a lot of answers to all the questions you have. But just know that your day is coming. The sun will shine upon your face once again. And some of the questions that you have will be answered. All the hopes that you've had, all the dreams that you share will come to you one day. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen next week. Heck, it might not even happen next year. But the thing is, we still need to believe, not in our dreams, but also in ourselves. To not give up and be discouraged of what's in front of us, or it's in our heads. We have to believe in ourselves, love ourselves, give ourselves grace, because Lord knows we need it. And sometimes we look out to get validation for who we are from other people or other situations to think, oh, okay, this is how I am. And sometimes those can be good to a certain point, but at the end of the day, when you are lying in your bed at 11 o'clock at night, nobody's around, those are the times where you have to believe in yourself. Because that's when, just like any other day, doubt, insecurities sneak into your mind to remind you of who you are or who you was, and look what your current situation is. At that time, you have to know this is a test of who you ought to be. It's a test for you to listen to those negative thoughts or to become something better. And what I'm saying, it sounds so easy, but it's hard as hell to do. Because sometimes, if it was easy, I will be honest with you, as you might already know, if it was easy, everybody would do it. We all hear that type of sayings all our life, and it's true. But I always say the first step is always the hardest. Always the hardest. We have to build that courage, and you think, well, maybe one day, and that's true, maybe one day, but that's a little bit of procrastination, and I think sometimes we use that as a defense of, well, maybe one day I can get on myself, and maybe one day will never happen. You have to do a little thing here, a little thing there. Just do something. If you are having trouble with your weight or having trouble with that, anything like that, maybe not eat that candy bar. Maybe you don't need to eat that donut. Just that one time, not just every single day. Work on yourself. That's the thing that it's difficult to do. Because when you start looking at yourself, you see all the flaws and the imperfectness of who you are. But that's not who you are. It is, but that shows who you was. And what you've been through can help others. You're here for a purpose. You're here to do amazing things in this world. I've said before in this channel that I've heard a saying on a movie. It was Ray. And Ray, Mom said, the only thing free in this life is Jesus. And that's a correct statement. You have to do the best you can. You have to earn it. When I say earn it, not from God, but you have to do something. Nothing is free. Nothing is given to you unless you are born into wealth and your mommy and daddy can give you everything that you ever wanted. Maybe some of those people are out there. But most people like you and me, we don't have that luxury. We have to work for what we have. We have to survive. We have to do our best to keep our heads above water. And when we see people that complain and whine and cry that they don't have this and this, and I always want to say, well, do something about it. Do something about it. Nobody's going to come save you. You got to do it. Now, when I say that, though, that don't mean to cheat your way to the top. You have to do the right thing when nobody's watching. You have to do the hard things, as some would say. But don't compromise yourself because you want to become a multi-billionaire, which is fine if that's your goal. But you have to start the right way. Don't cut corners. Don't cheat your way. Don't try to tear down your fellow man to get ahead. Because if you do, you're asking for it at that point. At the end of the day, and I know it's tough to say, but it's going to be okay. You have to love yourself. And it's hard. I know. Because it is something that, because I don't know what you've been through. It's easy for me to say that to you. And you're right. I don't. But let me ask you a question. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit there? Now, before I get started on this rant, please know I love you. And I mean this with the most respect. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and wallow in your own self-pity? Have a pity party of poor, pitiful me. I can't do nothing. Nobody loves me. So on and so forth. If you do it, that's fine. And I always tell people you can have a pity party if you're having a bad day. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to cuss, cuss. But I give you 5 minutes, maybe 10 at the least. Because you have to purge that emotion out. Because if you carry that emotion and don't embrace that emotion, it will ruin your freaking life. It will always be there waiting to be resolved. Now, some people do counseling, which is fine, understand. Some people can't afford that luxury, as you know. But you have to believe in yourself. But also, the biggest thing ever, I'm going to say this as well, be humbled and know where you came from. Some people have forgotten where they came from. And what I mean by that, sometimes they do it on purpose because what they came from was rough. A rough life, a rough childhood, a rough family. They want to be opposite of what they had. Understand that. But remember how far you've came. Give yourself grace, but also help others along the way. Don't be selfish. Don't be envy. Don't compare this is the biggest one. Do not compare yourself to somebody else. That's their lane. Stay in your own lane. Be the person that you've always wanted to when you're a kid. And I know some of our decisions that we wanted to do when he was a kid has changed over the years, of course. But it's so simple just to love yourself and love others. And the hardest part, of course, is to love others when they don't love you as well. But that's for another video to talk about if you care to listen. But at the end of the day, believe in yourself. And like always, I hope you have a freaking fantastic day, because you deserve it.